Hola, okay, pals, we're back again with another video. In today's video, I am dyeing my friend's hair. The color that he showed me was like a paint swatch, and it was like Pantone blue. So the first thing I'm going to use is my Clairol BW2 bleaching powder. I noticed after the fact that I'm pretty sure that my bleach was expired by a couple months, but we came too far, so I just figured let's just see if this is gonna work, like hoping and praying. So again, I am not a licensed cosmetologist. Like, I'm not getting paid for this. He just wanted me to dye his hair because I've dyed it before, a green color. I'm gonna try to show y'all. Hopefully I still have the pictures or the video, and I'll put it up there. And so we were gonna dye it again. So this time he wanted like a bluish grayish color, so we gonna see what we get. So I just got done mixing the bleach with, I think it was 40 volume developer that you see over there, over yonder. So I'm just trying to mix that as well as possible so I can apply it to his head. He didn't want his full entire head to be dyed, just kind of like the top of it. So that's what I'm doing, just preparing for that. And I didn't need too much, but then again, I also needed to make sure that I did it thoroughly so, you know, his hair wasn't patchy, and especially because his hair is like dark brown, you know, this was going to be a process. So yeah, sit back, grab some popcorn, and get ready. Okay, let it begin. It is time. So he's just telling me here where he wants me to stop, so I don't go, you know, too far, whatever. So I'm just applying it on his head thoroughly, and as I'm doing this, I'm going kind of like back and forth, so I make sure that it's getting all over and everywhere possible. And then as soon as I'm done with the bleaching process, I'm of course going to go and kind of like comb through his hair as well, rake through his hair with my fingers, just making sure that it gets everywhere. And a part of me knew at this moment that like the bleach was a little expired, because like it just wasn't smelling. It wasn't smelling like bleach usually smells, and that stuff is usually very strong, so you're usually able to smell it like very well, and I just wasn't able to, and I was just like, ugh. But again, we had come too far, and I was just like, there's no going back. There's no going back. And also bleach, if anyone has used bleach or familiar with bleach, you know that bleach usually starts to process like as soon as possible. And even though his hair is dark, like I feel like we would have started to see a noticeable difference as I was working my way through the rest of his head, and we did not. So, but I still was holding on to hope, and it still did do something. We'll see shortly when we get to that video. So I'm trying to bleach his hair, and I will. Okay, so this is what we have. As you can see, it definitely looks more of an orange color than it does blonde, and it should definitely look blonde when you are using bleach or whatever, and it did not. And just in case you are wondering, the top of his head is also the same color. It just does not look like it because the angle of the camera, but no, it's not like he has black in the front of his hair. So now I'm going through with the color lifter because I did not want to bleach his hair twice in one setting. I was just afraid, and if this man's hair was to fall out, he was not going to be coming back to box me. So I'm like, well, let me just use the color lifter instead and see what that gets us. So that's what I'm doing now, putting the color lifter onto his hair to see, you know, if that can help lighten it up, just because I did not want to go and bleach it again. So I mixed the color lifter. I think it was a L'Oreal or Revlon color lifter from Sally's, and then mixing that with the 40 volume developer. And yeah, and then when I rinse the bleach out, I rinse it out with cold water. Again, I am not a cosmetologist. One day, but not today. And so I just know when you're rinsing out, well, just when you're doing your hair, period, in the shower, you really should be using cold water. Not when you're washing it, but like when you're rinsing out dye and stuff like that. So yeah, so I was just rinsing the bleach out with cool water. And so here I am putting the color lifter onto his head. I'm gonna finish putting this on his head and then rake it through just like I did everything else. And then, yeah, we'll be back. I just have to come back here and say that we let this sit, the color lifter, for 30 to 45 minutes. The time is, of course, on the packet, but it's very much up to you. You just have to definitely watch the hair that you are applying this to and make sure it's doing, you know, what you want it to. So yeah, don't keep it on for too long. Now, that's with any like bleaching like product. So yeah, we're gonna let that sit and then we'll be back. Okay, we are back, y'all. So his hair is definitely like more of an orange now. It is definitely lighter than what it was. So I'm really just praying to God that this color shows up in his head, because I just, at this point, yeah. So we're using Titanium by Adore. We're trying to mix 3 colors because, again, we want it to be like a bluish gray type look. So I'm really just like pouring. I don't measure hair dye ever, so I'm pouring that in there until my heart tells me to stop. And then after that, I think I decided to pour just a little bit more, just to be on the safe side, because I did want that gray color to show. And then after that, I'm using, I think this one was a shade of the blue, possibly. I think I'm going to show you. I hope I do, because I don't remember the name of it. This might have been like a blue gray. Okay, there it is. It was like a blue grayish one. I'm gonna try to find it and put it up on the side, because I don't remember what the name was. Oh, there we go. Look at me. Luxe Blue, $1.99 Luxe Blue by Adore. Okay, we're good to go. So then after that, I'm putting the 40 developer in there. You don't have to put developer in semi-permanent dye, but I always do it to make my heart feel good, so I just do it. So I'm mixing that up. The last color that is up there is like a periwinkle, and I did not want it to look purple for real, so I was like, let me just not put that in there for now. So I'm really just mixing the Titanium and the Luxe Blue together, and we're gonna see what we're gonna get because I'm really hoping that this does something. So yeah. Okay, now it is time for the dyeing process, y'all. I was so nervous. I did like the color his hair was, because it was like a ginger color, and my hair is like ginger, so I just thought like, oh my gosh, nice. But yeah, so I'm putting it in there, praying to the hair gods that this turns out and that it does something. We were also battling with me being a klutz and trying not to drop any of this dye on his white shirt, because yeah, I probably should have told him from the beginning to like take his shirt off, because white and dye is not a great idea. So just like I had been doing before, I am trying to thoroughly apply this all over his cabeza, and rake it through once I'm done. I'm trying to be very, very careful, y'all, as you can see, to make sure I'm not making a mess and dripping this all over. In theory, I think if the bleach was to be like the bleach blonde, you know, that you're supposed to get when you bleach your hair, I think it would have turned out, because it kind of looks like it, but instead it was like this color mixed with like orange. So yeah, y'all see. So I'm about to speed through. I look like somebody's mama. I'm about to speed through the video and show y'all. I think I have a video of the results. We'll see. Okay, so at this point, I put it all in. We're going to let it sit for an hour. I think we actually ended up putting that on twice. The dye little mixture that I made. And then I really started to think that I did not get a video of his hair. It was just so late and time had just went by so fast. So, but because we're doing a part 2, because I did not want to bleach his hair twice in one setting, I'm pretty sure you guys will see the color that it turned up. Keep in mind, I think he did also try doing something to his hair in the meantime. I'm not positive. This was from like a month ago. So as you can see, we are back, and this is the color that, don't ask me, I don't even know how, because I don't think it was that color before. I don't. Yeah, I'm not a cosmetologist. I keep telling y'all this. I am not. So we're going to try this again. This time with quick blue bleach. We got new bleach, so we are in it, okay? This is going to be a good go round. So just like before, I'm mixing the quick blue bleach with, that is a tongue twister, with the 40 volume developer, and then I'm going to apply it to his head, and then we'll be back. Okay guys, we are back. Obviously you see this is much better than what we did the week prior, and it made his hair lighter like it was supposed to from the beginning. So now I'm going to dye it the grayish color. The box is box dye by Feria, I don't know what it's called. Something like that. I'm going to show you guys the box momentarily. And I think it was like some silver. Wait until I show you guys because I forgot. So yeah, that's what it's called, Feria, and it's called exclusively for light blondes. That's not the name of it, obviously, but the name is, wait for it, it's coming, Smoky Silver. That's what it is, Smoky Silver. So Smoky Silver L'Oreal Feria, that's what it's called. So I'm mixing the developer and the cream or whatever, the dye together, and then we're gonna go in and dye his hair. And just like I have been doing with the bleach, I'm gonna make sure I'm raking through his hair thoroughly and stuff like that, just so I'm not missing anywhere. I just had to stop because here my sister was taking a picture with her film camera for her project. And I have to just put right here the picture because the picture looks so good and it just looks so fire. So I'm about to insert that on the side right there and show y'all that. But after this, I'm about to finish and speed up through the process and show y'all the finished product. So this is the finished product. It was like a purple grayish color. Anyway, he liked it. This is the color that we were trying to get basically from the way beginning, just a little bit more blue, but I love the way that it turned out finally. And so did he. Yeah, so that was a fun little experiment. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all later.